أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is the largest funeral in history and in Egypt. Sheikh Muhammad Mutwalli al-Sha'rawi, who was my teacher, I collected all his tafsir in one Word document, and now I'm lucky to translate all his Arabic YouTube into English to benefit you. Okay, so please hear the translation of the great tafsir of Quran by SHA'RAWI. Now let us go over this huge funeral, and this is not in Cairo. If it was in Cairo, it will be like 10 times that number. It was in a village outside north of Cairo. I cannot tell, maybe 30 kilos or something like that. So let us hear one of these videos. Okay, Bismillah. The Quran is reciting, indeed those who are close to Allah, neither they are sad nor they fear. Those who believed and who were fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For them is the good, glad tidings in this life and the life to come.
فربنا يقول الله ودود، يعني محب لكم عطوف. ولذلك في الحديث القدسي الذي جعل الله فيه منهج عباده المؤمنين يقول الله عز وجل: يا ابن آدم لا تخافن من ذي سلطان ما دام سلطاني باقيا.
As you can see, people in balconies, ladies and men, sheikhs, everybody walking in his funeral after reciting some Quran. You are hearing Sheikh Sha'rawi reporting some divine hadith, which means the words of Allah, not in Quran, but the words of Allah reported by Prophet Muhammad, saying Allah, the Mighty, the Glorified, said, son of Adam, don't fear.
وسلطاني لا ينفد أبدا.
And don't fear, and my power and influence never has an end. Allah is talking to his beloved worshipper.
يا ابن آدم لا تخشى من ضيق الرزق وخزائني ملآنة.
Don't fear poverty, my treasure all are full.
خزائني لا تنفد أبدا. يا ابن آدم خلقتك للعبادة فلا تلعب.
Son of Adam, I created to worship me, so don't be lazy.
وضمنت لك رزقك فلا تتعب. اوعى تفتكر تتعب يعني بجوارحك، تتعب بقلبك.
And don't feel that you are tired.
وتنشغل بيه. انت الجوارح تعمل والقلوب تتوكل. الجوارح تعمل والقلوب تتوكل.
Your limbs, your body behave and act, and your heart rely on me.
خلقتك للعبادة فلا تلعب.
I created you for worshipping, so don't be sleepy.
قلت لك رزقك فلا تتعب فوعزتي وجلالي إن رضيت بما قسمته لك أرحت قلبك وبدنك وكنت عندي محمودا. وإن أنت لم ترض بما قسمته لك فوعزتي وجلالي لأسلطن عليك الدنيا.
Then Allah said in the divine hadith, son of Adam, I created you and I give you your portion of provision. If you are pleased with this, good for you. If not, I will direct the dunya for you.
تركض فيها ركض الوحوش في البرية.
That you run in it like wild animal.
ثم لا يكون لك منها إلا ما قسمته لك.
Then you gain only what I have determined of provision for you. But you are, of course, in the spirit of not happy with Allah. Astaghfirullah.
يا ابن آدم خلقت السماوات والأرض ولم أعي بخلقهم.
I created heaven and earth and it doesn't get me tired.
أيعيني رغيف عيش أسوقه لك. يا ابن آدم لا تسألني رزق غد كما لم أطلب منك عمل غد.
Son of Adam, don't ask me for the provision of tomorrow as I didn't ask you for the worshipping of tomorrow. Means like you are son of the day, whatever provision of the day, Allah give you already food and drink, look after you this day, so you also worship Allah in this day. Means don't have a great hope because you don't know if you are alive tomorrow, right?
يا ابن آدم أنا لك محب. هي دي التعوذ بقى. أنا لك فبحقي عليك كلي محبا. تأكد بأنك هتموت.
Now Sheikh Sha'RAWI in the last speech before he passed away, he's saying something very wonderful.
الموت تأكد بأنك هتموت.
Be sure that you are going to die. The death is like an arrow sent in your direction. Is a matter of time to reach you. That time is the only thing you don't know, but it is coming for sure.
الموت سهم أرسل إليك بالفعل.
The death is already an arrow was sent to you, directed to you. Indeed, is already sent.
السهم أطلق ولكن عمرك بقدر سفر السهم.
And your age is equal to the traveling of this arrow to you.
لا ينزع الله العلم من الأرض نزعا.
Allah does not pull out the knowledge from earth, but He pull out the knowledgeable people, so knowledge goes with them.
إنما يرفعه بقبض العلماء.
رحم الله من علمنا حرفا.
Allah have mercy on Sheikh Sha'RAWI who taught us a lot.
ورحم الله الأب الصالح.
Allah have mercy on the good father of ours, Sheikh Sha'RAWI.
القدوة الصالحة ورحم الله أمواتا.
Who is a great model to follow, and may Allah forgive all the deceased Muslims,
وأموات المسلمين.
رحم الله الشيخ
male and female. May Allah have mercy on Sheikh Sha'RAWI,
الشعراوي رحمة واسعة.
wide mercy,
وأثابه على ما قدم في خدمة الإسلام.
and reward for him what he presented for the service of Islam. I add, by explaining the verses of Quran in a marvelous way, which is light put in his heart by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and by the loving and the madad of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, fellowship of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As the ulama are the inheritance of the Prophet. So he inherited the Prophet in tafsir.
وأسكنه فسيح جناته.
May Allah land him in a white Eden
وحشره مع الأنبياء والصديقين
and make him amongst the prophets, the martyrs, and the good people,
والشهداء والصالحين
the sincere,
وحسن أولئك رفيقا.
and their company is the best.
أنت نعم الأب، ربيتنا على الطاعة
You raised us to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
وربيتنا على الولاء لله وحده،
and that we rely on Allah alone and we work for Allah alone, not for money, not for fame, show off, just sincerely for Allah.
جزاك الله عنا كل خير، علمتنا وفقهتنا وحنوت علينا.
You were kind to us. You didn't teach us for money. You didn't amass money. Anybody bring donation to you, send it to poor or building schools or residence for thousands of students comes from abroad to study Quran and Hadith and jurisprudence and Seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
جزاك الله عنا كل خير.
May Allah reward you on our behalf.
للشعراوي رحمة الله عليه مواقف لا تنسى من ذاكرة المصريين.
Imam Sha'rawi has a lot of famous standing for the truth.
منها كلمته الشهيرة لرئيس الدولة.
One of them that he gave a warning and admission to Mubarak, who was like corrupt, and told him, if you are, our fate will be patient for you, patient. If you are your fate, you be patient too. But don't seek leadership like for re-election, because Allah makes the governor whosoever he wants. And whosoever seek it personally, he is not fit for it. But when he is selected by the people and by the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will be guided on the presidency. Otherwise, Allah will not guide him and he will be in trouble.
قدرنا فليوفقك الله، وإذا كنا قدرك فليعنك الله على أن تتحمل.
كما رد على كل من يحاول التطاول على أرض الكنانة بتلك الكلمات.
الكنانة مصر الذي قال عنها رسول.
And anyone say anything wrong against the Quran, Hadith, and the Prophet, he defended very eloquently. For example, he said, Egypt, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said,
رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أهلها في رباط إلى يوم القيامة.
that the people of Egypt are standing by to defend Islam up to the day of judgment, like standing on the border, like the army sitting on the border of a country.
من يقول عن مصر أنها أمة كافرة.
Anyone say, like this Wahhabi, they say everybody kafir, kafir, unbeliever, unbeliever, and they themselves believe in an idol, in the six upper direction idol, which they made it by themselves, which in their mind change attributes of Allah, which is crazy, saying Allah created a throne and he sat on it like you sat on your chair. So now anyone doesn't say that, he will be kafir. So Sheikh laughing on them, how dare you do? You say Muslim, Egyptian are kafir and they are land of Azhar of the Quran, and because they are like just idiot people take a boot camp of 2 weeks wearing a shawl over their heads and telling people this bid'ah, you are kafir, you are kafir.
إذن فمن المسلمون؟ من
If Egyptians are not believer, so who are the believer?
المؤمنون؟ مصر التي صدرت علم الإسلام إلى الدنيا كلها.
Egypt, which exported the knowledge of Islam to all the universe.
صدرته حتى إلى البلد الذي نزل فيه.
Even exported it to the country which the Quran and Hadith were revealed in it. Because all the scholars in institutes in Saudi Arabia comes from Egypt. but the Wahhabi are different offshoot.
الإسلام.
وكفى بربك هاديا ونصيرا.
So what I want to tell you in brief, do you have a contact now with any teacher who teach you like Sha'rawi? No way. So why don't you study Sha'rawi and leave all these guys who none of them can fit even to be a student for him, though he's open to teach everybody. So I recommend you very much to come to www.allah.com, www.muhammad.com, www.mosque.com, and download the curriculum, download Sheikh Sha'rawi Tafsir. It is in Google. I need people to come and help me to proofread it because we are working alone. We're not getting help from anybody and we don't need money. At the moment, as you know, all the Muslim in Mecca, they were commerce trader. Medina, all Muslims in Medina were farmers. Only Ahlul Sufa are few poor, like 30 give and take. They were not working because they were poor. So now what happened? Now all Islamic organizations turn to be Ahlul Sufa, just collecting money. This is a bad example. The Prophet never sent anybody to collect money to teach in Abyssinia or teach Medina Islam. Bukhari never asked for money. Imam Shafi'i never asked for money. They teach fi sabilillah, and everybody has his own job. They hit the market. This is the reason you have many ulama, they call them Najjar, like Sayyidina Noah, he was a carpenter, and Najjar means a carpenter. Az-Zajjaj, the glassman, Al-Haddad, like the smith, metal man, and so forth. So all our Western institution, they should teach Islam for free. And I challenge Hamza Yusuf to be like Sha'rawi. Turn your institute into free Quran, Hadith, Fiqh, Sirah. Forget about philosophy. Imam Sha'rawi was not a philosopher, was a man who explained Quran and they teach people the hardcore Islam. So I challenge you to drop the accreditation. We don't need it. Who wants the accreditation from other than Sheikh Sha'rawi, from Western Board of Direction? Let him shove his accreditation his ass. Excuse my French. We don't need all the shit. We don't want to collect money from people. It should go that they said business, and instead of leaving business for non-Muslims taking over Islamic countries, or leaving people, Christian, making business and spreading Christianity. Millions of people becoming Christian in Indonesia. Ahmad Deedat said 20 million, and in Pakistan in millions. All this because of the stupidity and the education, spoiling the educational system in the West. All of it is screwed up, is spoiled. First, they teach Quran reading without meaning. Start. Sheikh Sha'rawi teach you the meaning. Okay? And you should learn it in your own language. This is the reason we are doing 109 languages in Muhammad.com. So come there and get the best Sirah biography of Prophet Muhammad for 900 years. Nobody will teach you that. No accredited will teach you that. Give you the quarter of hadith of the Prophet, Riyadus Salihin, Imam Nawawi. Nobody will teach you that. Okay? Nobody will give you Imam Shafi'i. Okay? Nobody will give you Tafsir Sha'rawi. They are playing games. Like Yaqeen, they tell you, oh, we are trying to make a Christian happy with me. Imam Sha'rawi has a tape. I already translated it for you, because I'm now spending the rest of my life just translating his videos in Arabic into English. He said, if the Christians are happy with you, I have bad news for you. Because Allah said, لَن تَرْضَ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَا النَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. It means if they are happy with you, it means you counted with them. It means you screwed up in your faith. So trying to jump in bed with them, Ahmad Deedat didn't do that. You want to try to outperform Ahmad Deedat, or you tell me I have 200 document research? What is research? Sahaba didn't do research. Sahaba said, Prophet said, go, I have for you Musnad Ahmad, 28,000 to 30,000 hadiths, only reported by Sahaba only. Each one said, I hear the Prophet, I hear the Prophet said, Rasulullah said, Rasulullah said. None of them play philosophy. And when philosopher time came, like Imam Ghazali, he destroyed it and he came back to revive the religion, going back for dua and ibadah. And I'm going to release for you in the head of our site what I call, in the head of our site, what I call self-assessment. Assess yourself with the prophetic scale of standard of scale. Check, are you doing this? Are you following this? Which is good for you now and good for your first day in the tomb. So I'm going to, inshallah, release this soon. I'm working on it now. And I got very good, what do you call it, like feedback. People are happy with it. All right? So what I want you to do, to pay attention, okay? To pay attention for the program I will be releasing for you, inshallah. All right? And this program, you will enjoy it. It just, here is the Arabic of it. All right? And I call it the wall, let us go. Let me, this is Arabic of it. Let me do translation of it and show you. So this is the program, like a wall curriculum, like A3, paper A3 or plastic banner. And this is a production of Sha'RAWI, Ghumari, and Ghazali, and Razi. So you calculate your spiritual, okay, status. The transition is not accurate, I just did it automatic now. So it is the criteria, the skill of the Prophet. Number 1, do you recite 5 daily prayer, supplication after the prayer of the Prophet? Do you do the daily supplication selection of the Prophet he used to do? Do you read Quran portion every day in your mother tongue to understand the meaning? Allah said in Quran that the hypocrite, they remember Allah a little. Do you repeat the names of Allah and make zikr a lot, like 300 to 1,000, asking forgiveness, astaghfirullah, saying la ilaha illallah, or some of the 99 names of Allah, or praising the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Then we are releasing like A3, A4, the regular photocopy picture, double of it is called A3 in size. So did you study the purity, prayer, fasting, fiqh, jurisprudence, alms, zakah? Do you fast Monday and Thursday? Do you avoid the major sins? Okay. So these are things you rate yourself 1 to 10. I'm going to release it. And this will get you in a position to find out, are you wasting your time with the wrong preacher nowadays? The wrong preacher? Or are you following people like Sha'RAWI? I mean, it doesn't need a rocket scientist. You can tell this man is above everybody else. And alhamdulillah, he has his videos alive, and we have his Arabic Quran tafsir. I have all of it in one document. You can download it and we can put it in Google Translate and give you 80% accuracy, and we can group together and proofread it and break it into small pieces. We already have translation of the Quran in topics, one topic at a time. So please come and visit and advise us to turn the site to be more interesting, because I cannot just do everything. I have a limitation, you know. A man has to know his limitation. So thank you very much. Allah bless you. Jazakallah khair. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.